This is one of the most devastating terror attacks in recent history. On Tuesday, September 17, Israel carried out one of the largest terror operations, detonating electronic communication devices across Lebanon. The attack has resulted in more than 12 deaths and has left nearly 3,000 injured, many of them with life-altering injuries. Among the injured, over 200 people remain in critical condition, with victims suffering severe trauma to their eyes, hands, and abdomen. Most of the casualties are from Beirut, South Lebanon, and the Bekaa region. The devices targeted in this attack were pagers, used primarily by the Lebanese resistance movement Hezbollah, but used also by healthcare providers and civil defense workers. One of the most heart-wrenching casualties is 10-year-old Fatima Jabir Abdullah, killed when a pager exploded inside her home. Children are also among those wounded in this horrific act of terror. According to Sky News Arabia, this attack was orchestrated by Israel's Mossad, which infiltrated the supply chain of these pager devices, planting PET and highly explosive material inside their batteries. The explosions were triggered remotely by raising the temperature of the batteries. Lebanese sources report that the compromised pager models were imported just 5 months ago, with 20 grams of explosives planted in each device. The situation escalated when Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant warned U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin minutes before the explosions, signaling the start of an Israeli operation in Lebanon. And as if the first wave wasn't enough, a second wave of attacks hit Lebanon shortly afterward, this time exploding walkie-talkies. These detonations set off fires in homes, shops, and vehicles, killing 9 more people and injuring an additional 300. What makes this attack especially heinous is that Israel knew the explosions would harm bystanders, including children, civilians, and workers in homes, schools, hospitals, and marketplaces.
In fact, Israel has assumed 4,000 pagers would explode simultaneously across Lebanon, and with the walkie-talkies also exploding, Israel's intention was to murder 5,000 people within minutes, a textbook terrorism case.
This act of terror, one of the largest since Israel's inception, has been condemned globally as a violation of human rights law and international humanitarian law, which prohibits the use of booby traps designed to lure and kill unsuspecting civilians. And this deadly attack also highlights Israel's desperation. Having failed to defeat Hezbollah military, Israel has resorted to terrorism in an attempt to demoralize the Lebanese population. But despite these brutal tactics, Israel has yet to achieve its strategic goals in either Gaza or Lebanon. In response to this Israeli terror attack, Hezbollah has vowed retribution. But this raises critical questions. How will Hezbollah respond, especially as Israel is trying desperately to provoke a war with Lebanon?
Lebanon's resistance leader Said Hassan said that the terror attack has unfazed the Lebanese people, and in fact, the injured are more determined to return to the battlefield. He said that their support for Gaza will continue until the genocide on Gaza ends, and any invasion on Lebanon's borders will be met with hell.
And there is another concern that affects all of us. This attack shows how electronic devices like pagers and walkie-talkies can be turned into deadly weapons. With batteries at the heart of these devices, one must ask, are we too at risk? Could this terror tactic spread beyond Lebanon and threaten civilians worldwide? This latest development reveals the dangerous lengths to which Israel is willing to go, targeting not just militants, but civilians, children, and those who care for the injured and vulnerable in their homes and communities. As Lebanon and the world look on, it's clear that this terror attack has far-reaching consequences, not only for Lebanon, but for the entire West Asia. What happens next could define the region's future. Stay tuned as we continue to cover this unfolding crisis.